They are. Look at them. Look at that snazzy tie. Look at them shaking hands, tapping each other like friends on a playground.
I'm wondering why they didn't hug.
I don't like the carpet. I'll be honest with you. It's a little nouveau gauche for me.
It's bright. I like bright. I can see.
Mitt Romney's head is bigger than Tyra Banks. It's giant. Who's that guy?
I think that's Dick
Gentlemen,
Butkus.
thank you both for joining us here tonight. We have Governor Romney. As
I believe
you know,
that's
you won
Candy
the
Crowley
toss, so the first question
from the Minnesota Vikings.
And I want to turn to a first-time voter.
First
As a
question.
20-year-old college student, all I hear from professors, neighbors, and others is that when I graduate, I will have little chance to get employment. What can you say to reassure me, but more importantly, my parents, that I will be able to sufficiently support myself after I graduate?
Thank you, Mr. President, also for being part of this debate.
He's going to thank every single person.
Doesn't matter. He's sharply dressed.
I believe that tie is from the Jacqueline Smith collection from JCPenney's.
And she said, can't begin to pay back my student loans. So we have
I never paid back my student loans.
I've never met a person who paid back their student loans. I didn't. I smoked them.
There's a job. When I was governor of Mass, I graduated in the top.
I've never passed an exam in my life.
John and Abigail Adams Scholarship.
I took a few, but I don't remember them because I studied drunk and I took them drunk.
It's a public institution. I want to make sure we keep our Pell Grade.
You should go to Arby's because they're popping up everywhere. Arby's, Starbucks, and CVS, they're all hiring.
You can get a nice job, make minimum wage. It's a place to start.
Be
a
proud.
starting point.
You go be the guy that makes curly fries. Be that guy. Someone needs to be that guy.
And less jobs.
I'm not going to do it.
I know what it
I'm not
takes
going to do it either.
Good jobs again. I know what it takes to make sure.
Wouldn't it be cool if he started beatboxing?
Across this country are going to recognize.
He just cut into a freestyle,
It's not going to be like the
flipped his
last 4
hoodie
years.
up, went old school on them hoes.
Crushed over the last 4 years. 2014, when you come on
2014, year of Epstein.
I got to make sure you get a job.
That just happened.
Jeremy, yeah, you bet.
Mr. President.
I didn't understand anything that man just said. It was a bunch of, hey, I'm going to be president soon. Screw you and your job. Move to Canada.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, which is a good place to hit it. He's going to be the next president. Vote for Mitt.
Here comes Obama out swinging.
Boom.
The 5 million jobs that we've created over the last education system in the world, and the fact that you're going to college,
We have the best education system in the world.
you get a great education.
I think
When did that start?
yesterday.
Student loans are available for folks like you, but I also want to make training.
It's a great place. Community college is a great place for a young man to.
Number 3,
Wouldn't you agree, Billy?
I went to community college, and I loved it.
natural gas,
Go Thunder Ducks.
investing in, but
Wouldn't it be great if they could settle this on a one-on-one horse game, Romney versus Obama?
Who do you think would win that?
I think Obama would win in a dunk contest, but I think Romney's got one hell of an outside shot.
over the last decade to rebuild America, roads, bridges, schools. We do those things, not only is your future going to be bright, but America's future is going to be bright as well.
That sounded good.
Immediate answer, beginning with Mr. Romney, just quickly.
She called them Romley.
What can you
Exercised over the last 4 years, and they haven't put Americans back to work. We have fewer people working today than we had when the president took office.
That's because you keep outsourcing, Romney.
7.8% when he took
Exercising the demons of unemployment.
office. Calculated that unemployment.
Why don't we all go to Romney's house and mow his lawn for the cash that we need? I'm sure his lawn is huge. I heard he's got a go-kart track in his bathroom.
That gets America 12 million new jobs in 4 years and rising take-home pay. It's going to help Jeremy.
12 million new jobs in 4 years.
People across the country.
12 divided by 4.
And one thing that the president said.
Time
which
out.
I want to make sure that we understand. He said that. I said
Time in. That's 12 million jobs.
That's 12 million jobs. That's Bush math right there.
through bankruptcy, no industry bankrupt. You actually did. And I think it's important to know that was a process that was necessary to
Well, how is Obama getting blamed for Mopar products sucking?
start hiring more people. That was precisely
Did he?
what I recommended. And ultimately what
Pontiac went down, but that's because of the Fiero. It had nothing to do with Obama. The
Fiero
Fiero.
was a good car. It was my first car. The car I drove to and from school
Bankruptcy without providing them
at Harvard.
a way to stay open.
Harvard's a good school.
It was a great school.
Million jobs. And that, don't take my word. And Governor Romney says he's got a 5-point plan. Governor Romney
5
doesn't have a
points?
5-point plan. He has a 1-point plan. And that plan is to make sure that folks at the top play by a different set of rules.
Obama has
That's
Chris
been his
Rock
philosophy
hands.
in the private sector. That's been his philosophy. As
You
governor,
see
that's
that?
been his philosophy
He's
as
almost hitting the
presidential
lady in the front
candidate.
row. Every time he does that,
can
he's smacking her right in her
Make a lot of
forehead.
money and pay
That's
lower
because
taxes.
he's got an
Somebody
outstanding
who makes
reach.
a lot less. You can invest in a company, bankrupt it, lay off the workers, strip away their pensions, and you still make money.
That sounds like
That's
a hell of a
exactly
plan.
the philosophy that we've seen in place for the last decade.
Never
That's
mind.
what's been squeezing middle-class families. They got us there.
I like when he does this
So
with
the
his
next question
hands
is
for
gonna
no reason
be
at
for
all.
you here. And Mr. Romney,
It's like you gotta
Governor
follow
Romney,
the
there'll be
bouncing
plenty of
ball.
answers here to
Ball.
go on, but I want
That
to. We have
Detroit-
all these
that
folks.
Because if you
I will
don't
let you
watch
ask
my
your
hand,
answer
you
and the
might
rest of the
read
answer
my
are
lips.
way
You
off
get,
the mark.
you get lost.
You certainly will have lots of time here coming
Who's that
up.
guy?
That's
I-
Dick
because I want to
Butkus.
move you on to something that sort of
We've covered
connected
that.
to cars here, and
I
go
like when you
over,
do
and
that.
we want to get a question
Safe.
from Philip Turcola.
Here he comes, the slow, romantic walk up to the ladies,
Right.
just to
Chief
say,
Secretary
hi.
Stephen Chu has now been on record 3 times stating
End up going twice as far on a gallon of gas.
They need to
That's
bring
why
the
we've
Geo
doubled
Metro
clean,
back.
Clean energy production like wind and solar.
Here's what I
biofuels.
say. Give
And all these
everybody a
things have
pair of
contributed to
sunglasses.
us
Right.
That way our future's
lowering our
so
oil
bright.
imports to the lowest levels in 16 years.
I think that works.
Now,
You should run
I
on
wanna
that
build on
platform.
Governor Romney will say he's got an all-of-the-above plan, but basically his plan is to let the oil companies write the energy policies.
What if they put
So he's
solar
got
panels on
Oil
Obama's
and
ears?
gas part, but he doesn't have
We'd have
the
energy
clean
for
energy
years.
part.
You could run all of Tulsa
And if
and
we're
most
only
of Little
thinking
Rock.
about tomorrow or the next day, and not
It looks
because
like he wants to
China,
punch him. You see him reaching.
Germany, they're
He's waiting for him to make
making
a
these
move.
investments.
He's
They
going
are
to do
gonna-
that.
I'm not
One of them's
cede
gonna make a
those jobs in
move
the future
here at any
to those
moment.
countries. I expect
Who do you think
those
could win in a
new
cage
energy sources
match?
to be built right here in the United
Obama
States. That's
or
gonna help
Romney?
Jeremy
It
get a job.
depends.
It's
Thunderdome
also gonna make
rules.
sure
It
that you're not
depends.
paying as much for gas.
Have they duct tape
Governor, on the
glass
subject.
to their hands?
They can do that.
Well,
Mitt Romney.
let's
His
look
first
at the
name's
president's
Mitt.
policies.
That's
all right,
true.
as
I
opposed
go
to
for
Spider's
Obama,
name.
Obama.
because
Here he
we've
is.
had
Look at
4 years of policies being played out.
Mr.
And the president's
Fantastic.
right.
Did he
in
change his
terms
tie?
of the additional oil production, but none of it came on federal land. And what was the cause? 20 or 25 birds were killed, and they brought out a migratory bird
He
act
hates
to go after
birds.
them on a criminal basis.
This man hates
Look, I
birds.
wanna make
Kill
sure we
penguins.
use our
He just
oil,
said it. I swear to
our
God, he
coal,
said,
our gas,
he said the hell with
our
panda
nuclear,
bears
our
too.
renewables.
Screw
He
them.
I
never
believe
said
very much
anything
in our
about
renewable
the
capabilities.
killing of birds.
Ethanol, wind,
He spoke of
solar
birds
would be an
dying.
important
Why
part
not
of our energy
fly
mix.
birds to work?
But what we don't
Boom.
need is to have the president keeping us from taking advantage of oil, as well as the energy sources for the future. And if we
Let's
do
burn
that,
all them dead
if we
birds.
do what I'm planning on doing, which is
That'll
getting
power
us
some
energy
stuff.
independent.
Cruelty.
We're going to bring that pipeline in from Canada. How in the world? The
Nice
president said
workout,
no
Bill.
to that
Yeah,
pipeline.
yeah.
I will
Stretching.
never know.
Feel the
This
burn.
is about bringing good jobs.
I normally
back
don't
for
do
the middle
Tybo
class
live on
of
TV.
America, and that's what I'm going to do.
Mr. President, look.
Public
I
lands.
bet Obama drives
We're
a
actually
Humvee.
drilling more on public lands
I think
than
he drives a
previous
limo that
administration.
runs
And
on
my
dreams
previous
and
president was an oil
hopes.
man.
Hey, look at this cool thing I can do with
Natural
my
gas
face.
Isn't just appearing
Look at that.
magically.
I
We're
look like
encouraging
Steve Buscemi's ugly
working with the industry.
sister.
and took great pride in
I one
shutting it
time
down.
stood in front of a coal plant and said,
And now
hey,
suddenly you're a big champion of coal.
that's a coal plant.
So what I've tried to do is be
You are a
consistent.
genius. You are.
With respect to
That's why they
Southern
called you the
California,
great
we made the
thinker.
largest investment in clean coal technology to make sure natural gas production is up.
They are
And
saying the
most
exact
importantly, we're also
opposite
starting to
thing
build cars.
constantly. One
But in
guy,
the same way,
And that's
yeah,
creating
one guy
jobs.
says they're up, the other guy says they're down.
why don't they just meet in the middle? That's where I like to meet.
And it also means that it'll save money in your pocketbook. That's the strategy you need, an all of the above strategy, and that's what we're going to do in the next 4 years.
But that's not what you've done in the
Oh,
last 4
he
years.
almost attacked him.
That's the problem. In the last 4 years, you cut permits and licenses on federal land and federal waters in half.
Not true, Governor Romney.
So how
Oh,
much
here
did you
comes
cut
the
them?
argument.
By how much did you cut them?
Punch him.
Governor,
Look at
we
it.
have actually
Kick him
produced
right in the
more oil.
nuts.
No, no. How much did you
I have a
cut
feeling
on
at some
permits
point the
on
gloves are
federal
going to
land
come
and
off.
federal
Here it goes. He's got a knife. Stab him in the face. Thunderdome.
Don't make Mitt Romney ghetto.
Look, look, look. He's gonna pimp slap his ass.
I bet you Obama's going to hit him with his purse.
Booze. He don't have a purse. Obama is a warrior.
Public lands that they weren't
Look at
using.
him.
So what we said was,
Look at him. He's getting
you can't just
close.
sit on this for 10, 20, 30 years. Decide when you
Oil is down 14%, and production on
This
gas
is like
down
watching
9%.
15-year-olds fight.
It's absolutely true. Look, there's no question, but the people recognize.
Wouldn't it
that
be
we
great
have
if he
now
just
produced
turned, cried, and
water gas
ran?
on federal lands.
Screaming like a girl would scream.
And coal,
Be funny if he called him a
production is
big
not up,
fraidy
coal
cat.
jobs are not up. I was just at a coal. Have a true all-of-the-above policy. I don't think.
And a
anyone really
24-hour
believes
Hooters.
that you're a person who's going to be pushing for oil and gas and coal. You'll get your chance in a moment. I'm still speaking. But- and the answer
Oh,
is
don't do
I
that.
That's right. That's
Oh.
right. That's right. Sit down and hush up, Obama.
Obama's about to regulate on his ass.
Somebody put a muzzle on that man.
And the proof of whether a strategy is working or not is what the price is that you're paying at the pump. If you're
When's the
paying
last time you think he
less than
actually
you
pumped
paid
his own gas?
A year or two ago, whether the strategy
Tell you what I do. I go to Sam's
but you're
Club.
paying more.
I get a
When
discount.
The president took office, the price of gasoline
I like
for
Sam's
national
Clubs because you
economy
can buy
about
a
86 a gallon.
huge box
Now
of
it's $4 a
condoms.
gallon. The price
Huge.
of electricity is up.
Party
If the
size.
president's energy policies are working, you're going to see the cost of energy come down. I will energy secure, and part
Here
of
he
that
comes.
is bringing in a pipeline of oil
Bob and
from
weave.
Canada, taking advantage of the oil and coal we have here.
If your
Wouldn't it be funny if they got mad at her?
She just tackled one of them.
Just took him down,
Well, think about
shivved
what the
him.
governor- Think about what the governor just said. He said, when I took office, the price of gasoline was 180, 186. What I want to do is to create an economy that is strong and at the same
I'm bound to
time
get the friction
produce
on.
energy. And with
Maybe
respect
got back.
to this pipeline that Governor Romney keeps on talking about, we've built enough pipeline to wrap around the entire earth once. So
We've laid that much
I'm
pipe.
all for pipelines. I'm all for oil future, and we need to win that future. And I intend to win it as president of the United
I
States.
got to
Boom.
move you along.
You get
And the
the
next
first
Laying down the
question.
justice.
I don't say
The first
boom.
question,
I
so
say
get the last question,
boo.
last
You're
answer.
crazy.
Hopefully
You're
in the
high.
follow-up, it doesn't quite work like that, but I'm
Actually,
going to give you, we're going to move you both along to taxes over here and all these folks.
See, Obama's used to being
Governor,
interrupted
this
because
question is
he's
for you.
married.
It comes from Mary Polano, sorry.
It's all been oil, coal,
You have
and
stated
wind
that
so
if you're
far.
elected president,
It's all about
you would
energy.
plan to
The
reduce the tax rates
conservation
for all the
of
tax
energy.
brackets,
People that
and
are
that you
conserving
would work
energy,
with the
finding energy to
Congress
conservate.
to eliminate some deductions in order to make up for the loss in revenue. What
Calm
would be your
down, lady.
position on those things, which are important
She's
to the
bragging.
middle class?
Thank you very much. And let me tell you, you're absolutely right about part of that, which is I want to bring the rates down. I want to simplify the tax code, and I want to get middle-income taxpayers to have
I
lower
think that's
taxes.
one of the debate laws. If you don't have your hand up and do
Middle-income
this,
taxpayers have
you
lower
can't
taxes
talk.
Is because middle-income taxpayers have been bearing food prices up, utility prices up. The middle-income families
You know what would
in
stump
America
him?
have been crushed.
If
over the
someone
last
asked how
4
much
years.
peanut butter
So I wanna
was.
get some relief to middle-income families. That's part.
not a big
that's
fan of
part
peanut
one.
butter?
Now, how about
I don't think he knows what it
deductions?
is.
Bring rates down across the board. And so, in terms of bringing down deductions, one way of doing that would be to say
Here it
everybody
goes.
gets, I'll pick a number, $25,000 of deductions and credits.
I'll
And you
take
can
it.
Sounds
decide
good
which
to
ones
me.
to use. Your home mortgage interest no longer will pay any tax on interest, dividends, or capital gains.
No taxes, boom.
No tax on your savings. That makes life a lot
That'll never
easier.
work. You gotta
if you're
tax
getting
people
interest
if you
from
wanna get
a
ahead in this
bank, if
country.
you're getting
Get
a
ahead
statement
one
from
head
a
at a time,
mutual
one
fund,
tax
or any other
per
kind of investments
time.
you have, you don't have to worry about
Let's just
filing
tax the
taxes
rich
on that because there'll be
shitheads.
no taxes for
There'll be a
anybody
shithead
making
tax.
$200,000 a year
That
and
would be
less
us.
on your
We can't
interest,
tax
dividends,
ourselves.
and capital gains.
I'm not a
Why
shithead,
am I
though.
lowering taxes on the middle class?
But I would pay the
because
tax.
under the last 4 years, they've been buried. And I want to help people in the middle class. And I'm going to reduce the tax burden on middle-income families. And what's that going to do? It's going to help those families, and it's going to create incentives to start growing jobs again in this country.
And everybody gets a Miata.
Boom, Republicans, bitches.
My philosophy on taxes has been simple. Yes, some relief. Over the last decade,
It's true.
over the last 15, over the last 20 years.
Look at
So
the
4 years
Democrats
ago, I
wiping
stood
the
on a
floor
stage
with
just like
Romney.
this one. Actually, it was
I
at
blame
town
the
hall, and I said
Democrats
I
for
would
the
cut
problem we're
taxes
in.
for middle-class
I
families.
blame you.
And that's what I've
I
done.
blame Randy
By
Macho Man
$3,600.
Savage.
I said I would cut taxes
just talking
for small
nonsense now,
businesses,
Billy.
who are
He's a
the drivers
Republican.
and engines of growth. And we've cut them 18 times. And I want to continue. When Bill Clinton was
Here it
president,
comes.
we created 23 million new jobs.
Thanks for the shout out, Holmes.
That's part of what took us from